Today on CCX News, a tragedy in Brooklyn Park after a pedestrian is struck and killed by a Metro Transit bus. CCX News has learned the pedestrian killed was a young boy, the exact age not yet known as of this recording. Investigators are now trying to piece together exactly what happened. According to Metro Transit Police, the incident happened shortly before 6 a.m. on County Road 81 near West Broadway Avenue. Police say the boy was standing in the roadway when he was struck by a Metro Transit bus heading northbound. First responders arrived on scene and began life-saving efforts. However, the boy was pronounced dead a short time later. Investigators say the bus driver stopped and cooperated with police. A Metro Transit spokesperson says the driver will undergo drug and alcohol testing and be placed on administrative leave during the investigation. No passengers were on board at the time of the incident. A St. Louis Park man is now charged in a fatal crash that killed a Plymouth woman last September. 49-year-old David Bull was charged with criminal vehicular homicide. Prosecutors say Bull ran a red light at Highway 55 and Industrial Park Boulevard in Plymouth, causing a multi-vehicle crash. Police say Bull showed signs of impairment and a blood test found marijuana in his system. He was allegedly driving about 25 miles over the speed limit. Killed in the incident last fall was 68-year-old Catherine Karen. The Plymouth resident was pronounced dead at the scene. The Maple Grove City Council will soon face a significant decision whether to approve 2 new restaurants in an area that some believe would cause significant parking and traffic safety issues. A developer is proposing a Dave's Hot Chicken and another restaurant called Hope Breakfast Bar for a location along Elm Creek Boulevard between Red Lobster and Malone's Bar and Grill. Traffic study and parking analysis presented at this week's Planning Commission meeting found the area has the ability to make it work, but there were significant questions surrounding that study.
I already am very familiar with how busy it is today. What I saw tonight, even taking both sides of numbers here, it tells me it's still going to be a very busy parking lot that's going to almost become a nightmare.
I've looked at the vast expanse of parking area that is there and recognized that if we do nothing, the area is terribly overparked.
The Maple Grove Planning Commission in the end voted 4-3 against the proposal. However, the Maple Grove City Council has the final say whether development moves forward. It's a rare sight on January 31st, walkers, bikers, and runners taking in the sunshine alongside Medicine Lake. Some are even enjoying it from the lake. That's because the West Metro temps rose above 50 degrees on Wednesday. New Hope weather observer Steve Reckers says it's not set to be the warmest January on record, but we aren't far off. Reckers says low temperatures for about 10 days of January kept it from breaking records. He says the average temperature this month was roughly 21 degrees. The record average high was in 2003 at about 28 degrees. But Reckers says we've never had a January 31st this warm.
I would say in the 65 odd years that I've been doing it here, probably haven't had more than maybe 10 days in the 50s in January, so not a lot, but we get them.
Golf courses across the state have temporarily opened thanks to the warmer than average temperatures. All of the courses in our area, however, have remained closed. Police in Crystal have a new device that can help fight fires and save lives.
We are the first on scene usually, and we're able to, use a tool like this in the meantime between us getting there and the fire department getting there to hopefully help somebody either get out or to, as he mentioned, just start to reduce the property damage that can occur from a fire.
A Masonic Lodge in Minneapolis donated a fire suppression tool to Crystal Police on Wednesday. Police can use the device to knock down flames and reduce the temperature in a burning room by about 1,000 degrees. It operates similar to a grenade.
They would just find an access point, window, door, and pull the pins that it's required to, throw it into the room and let it do its job so that we can then do ours.
Each fire suppression device costs more than $1,000. An Armstrong senior is winning awards with her skills in debate. In this week's edition of Standout Student, we meet Lucy Dreyer.
I think it's really exciting.
Lucy Dreyer has a talent for arguing.
That takes care of that.
I just argue with my parents at dinner and with my friends, just lighthearted conversations I find fun to do.
She's using those talents to argue competitively at Armstrong High School.
It's the state of the world right now. I've always just kind of liked to argue, and so I thought I would join the arguing team. And then I just kind of fell in love with it and the people in it.
Dreyer had a busy year making arguments, competing with her school's debate team,
Contention 1 is reclamation fund,
where she specializes in one-on-one policy debate.
in the grand scheme of things of the United States budget.
I like the individual aspect, I think, partly because if you lose, you know that you've lost and there wasn't anything that someone else did. Like, there's no one to blame or anything. So any improvement that you do is really personal, and you can't, like, pass off success and be like, oh, well, you know, I didn't do a good job, but my partner did.
She's found success winning at local tournaments and sections. She was a quarterfinalist in the state tournament and received all-state recognition. And in June, she's headed to nationals.
I think it'll be fun. I went last year in a different form of debate, and it was just a really fun experience. So I'm looking forward to doing it again. Yeah, for sure.
The skills she's learned in debate may one day lead her to the courtroom.
Yeah. One career path I'm looking at is civil rights law. So that kind of public speaking, advocacy, knowledge of civil issues and like political current events, I think would be really useful for that field. We can stop the genocide in Yemen.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Thank you, Kevin. Lucy is still deciding on a college. Best of luck to her.
Two of the best high school girls basketball players in the state, Madden Greenway of Providence Academy and Tori Orline of Crosby-Ironton, are nearing state history of becoming the first sophomores to record 3,000 career points. One of them achieved that milestone when the two teams faced off Tuesday night. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
Providence Academy ranked first in the state in Class 2A. Crosby-Ironton not far behind, ranked 6th in 2A. A minute and a half in, Tori Orline makes history, becoming the fastest ever player in the state to score 3,000 career points. She passes the milestone in just 101 career games played with the Rangers. Madden Greenway will also be passing that mark in the near future. She spots up from deep, no iron needed. PA up 34-21 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Not long after, Emma Milliburn skipped past to Ari Peterson. She had 19 on the night and 3 right here. Another sharp shooter for the Lions is Brooke Honaker. Greenway kicks it to the senior for 3 of her 21 points on the night. Providence up 16 at the half. Orline trying to keep the Rangers in it. She had a triple-double, 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 12 assists. But Greenway and the Lions were too much. She scored 35 points on the night and is now 36 points away from breaking 3,000 career points. Providence Academy gets the win over CI, 93-75. In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Hopkins girls basketball team handed top-ranked Minnetonka its first loss of the season Tuesday night. Meanwhile, the Royals boys team was looking to make it a skipper sweep.
First of 2 meetings this regular season between the Royals and the Skippers in a top 10 boys basketball matchup. Royal sophomore post Julius Ellis follows up his miss down low with an offensive rebound and putback. Hopkins jumps out to a 7-0 lead. The Royals defense causes a turnover and they quickly convert it into points. Jaden Moore with the lay-in. It's a 9-point lead at 16-7. The Skippers, though, score the next 7 points. Duke Richardson with a 3 pulls Minnetonka within 2. Hopkins turn again for a surge. J.J. Semenko with a 3-pointer, capping a 13-2 Hopkins scoring run. Later in the first half, Anthony Smith knocks down a 3-pointer, and the Royals lead 44-27. Nice drive and kick here. Smith going baseline, then spots Tyson Moore open in the corner for 3. Hopkins builds a 23-point lead at halftime, 63-40. Minnetonka would rally in the second half. Jordan Kane with the steal and dunk. And look at this score. Minnetonka comes back to win it over Hopkins, 103-101.
The regular season is winding down for local boys swimming and diving teams as they build toward section meets. Armstrong-Cooper played host to a section rival Tuesday. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Armstrong-Cooper hosting Minneapolis Southwest in boys swimming at Plymouth Middle School.
In the 200 freestyle, Jackson Jaglow of Southwest takes first with Armstrong-Cooper's Beckett Nelson not far behind in second place in what's destined to be a close meet. The Wings get a win in the 200 IM as Elliott Subi takes the top spot on a time of 2:13.13 with Ethan Holm of Southwest second. They're off in the 50 freestyle. Two Armstrong-Cooper swimmers competing. Top of the screen, Rowan Tierney edges his teammate Avi Harris in a time of 23:53. In the 100 butterfly, a close one as Southwest's Gus Rudnick outtouches Charlie Kujak of Armstrong-Cooper by 19/100ths of a second. In the 100 free, Holm of the Lakers beats out Harris of the Wings for the top spot, but it's Armstrong-Cooper winning the meet 87-82. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.